out, and let me make sure we have all the guests here as well. So folks, my name is Joe Wagner. I will be hosting the call tonight. I am excited for this call because we have a couple of people on here, one that is newer to the industry and another that has been around with Easy Pay for a while. Here as well. So let me mute that there. All right, perfect. So let me get started on this, folks. Let me turn my camera on, stop the screen share. It is 9 o'clock. I appreciate you being here, being on time, folks. My name is Joe Wagner. Welcome on to the call. Okay, again, if you're getting on a little bit late, this is my personal favorite call that we do because this one is completely unscripted. Like every meeting I do is unscripted, but there's normally a template, right? There's a guide, there's certain things that we're going to cover. There's an agenda for the meeting. On the Thursday testimonial call, this one is my favorite because it is unscripted. Okay, tonight we have two guests. I'm gonna move you guys over. If you can keep your cameras off for now, Samantha, just keep your camera off for a second. So this call is completely unscripted, right? Sam is on here because Sam's having here. Sam, let me turn your camera real quick. Sam's on here because she is having success in the business. Okay, I think she's been with us 8 or 9 days, and she's put some phenomenal numbers out there. So we want to get her on here, and the Thursday testimonial call is to share with other people what's working, right? Like, what are we doing at Easy Pay? We've got this point of sale model. I think it's the highest paying commission model in America, and we want to share other success because we're really proud of our training and things that we offer here. And this new point of sale model is going extremely well. So on tonight's call, we're going to get Sam on here in a second. Sam, I'm just going to fire questions off. She has no idea what's coming at her. And then we are also going to have Jim Mullins on here, who has been around longer. So we're going to get someone who's brand new having success. We're going to get someone else who's been around longer that has been having success since he got here. And we're going to talk about what their business is looking like, the seeds they're planting, what this actually looks like on the back end. So Sam, let me get your video. I just clicked that. If you can get that started again there. And let's get started. All right, there she is. Can you hear me?
Hold on one second. There you go.
Whoop, I can't hear you. Is it just me?
Hold on.
Is your microphone muted?
No, it's on.
So that's weird. So in the chat box, can you guys hear Samantha? Is it just me? You can hear her. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties. Can you try to say something, Sam? I'm trying to change it on my.
All right. So who can hear me?
Ah. So everyone can hear you but me. Hold on. Am I muted? This is what happens when you do a live call when they're unscripted. Okay, if something like this happens, is not anything I'm going to be able to do here. Sam, do you want to log out? Can you log out and log back in real quick? I'm sorry to do this, guys. I can't hear on my end, and I've got to get it figured out. This has never happened on a call, so I apologize. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully you can jump right back on here. This is what happens on the live call, okay? Just like they don't know what the questions are. Something like this happens. Here we are live dealing with it. So she'll jump right back in. I appreciate you guys' patience. So today I'm going to do something different that I don't do on testimonial calls. So today I want to throw a lesson in the middle of this. So for those of you that are sticking around all the way to the end, I will have an awesome lesson where I want to talk about what the pipeline actually looks like. How long does it take, like, for you to come in here and make something happen, start making good money? If you start getting results quickly, like what Samantha's doing, what does that pipeline look? How long can you expect for it to start bearing fruit? All right, so let me get you back on, Sam. I see you there. Ask to start video, and I certainly hope I can hear you.
Hey, Joe.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Sam, I'm embarrassed here. I don't know what to say. I don't know why it's not working. Nick.
What the heck? Do you want me to log out and back in again?
Yeah, I know you guys can hear her. My phone's blowing up here, Sam. So you there?
One sec.
I got you.
Can you hear me?
I got you, Sam. All right, there you are. I'm super sorry. That has never happened to me ever. I have something switched off on my speakers. We made it through that. How you doing, Sam?
Doing good. How you doing?
I am doing really well. I'm excited for tonight's call. I'm really excited to work with people like you that see this business for what it is. I know we've talked about this. You're treating it like a business. I'm really, really excited. And before I even ask you questions, I just want to throw out so that other people on here know, you've been with us. What would you say? Did we start Monday? Was Monday like your starting point? We're at Thursday. So we're at like 10 working days, something like that.
Yeah, I think so. Last week sometime.
Yeah. So you're brand new. Okay. So she's brand new to Easy Pay so far. I'm sure you're tracking all this, but you've scheduled 6 demos already. You've completed 4 of those demos. Did you do 1 or 2 demos today? 1?
2 of my demos got rescheduled today.
Okay. So 3 completed. That means 3 more in the pipeline. You've signed 3 deals. One of the deals you signed was already a point of sale deal, and it was a monster account, like $250,000 to $500,000 or something like that. Is all of that accurate?
Something like that. Yeah.
That smile says it all. Okay. Those stats are accurate, and you're absolutely killing it here right out of the gate with us. So my first question at you is, when somebody's new, a lot of people get held up in like, I don't know everything. So how did you gain confidence right away? Just between like support, training, what is it where you just came into this and just felt confident enough? Because to sign deals, people they like you and they trust you. They trust you because you're confident. So I don't have to ask you how confident you are out there. Where did that come from right out of the gate from day one? How were you able to get that confidence with us?
I would say, I've been in sales for like the last 7 years, so that definitely helps.
Yeah.
And the other 2 things is it's pretty simple. Just all the material that you've given us, and I literally all I do is listen to it. So like when I'm driving in my car, I listen to it. When I'm when I'm taking my walk, I listen to it. If I'm at the gym, I listen to it. And a couple nights I fell asleep with it on. So it's just I'm just like my whole life is right now just Joe. Everything Joe. Like like I said to you, like you lay out the carpet and just walk down it. The other thing is Dustin's amazing. So he always answers the phone. He makes everything super simple. Like I never really understood like keep it simple, stupid, KISS, but he really makes it like super simple. And it's just listening to everything, like embedding like your whole life has to become training and listening to all the videos and listening to them over again. And like the core model is so simple to understand, but I literally listened to it like 5 to 6, 7 times just to get in my head, because that stood out to me. It's different.
You've dove right in, right? Like the people that are just successful in general, like they eat, breathe, and sleep what they're doing, and you came right into this and started doing that. But the fact is, sometimes let's just go to the first 24 hours here, right? You can only watch so many videos. You can only learn so much watching videos and mastering it and looking at the marketing and thinking you have a game plan. But you took that first 24 hours and you went right on the field and started having success. So did you feel properly prepared? Like immediately, give it that first 24 hours. Did you have the proper training to feel confident enough to start talking to people, even though you knew you didn't know everything?
Yeah, absolutely. Like everything's in the videos, everything's there, and having Dustin a phone call away. So yeah. I feel pretty prepared.
Yeah. So whenever you have a question, are you concerned when you first got started? So what I really want to get out of you is all the like brand new people that are afraid they might not be able to learn this, or there's going to be a huge transition period. Can I make a living doing this? We're going to talk about today. But I want people to really understand that when you first get started, it's pretty laid out. Like you just said, it's laid out for a carpet for you to get on and put to work. Would you agree with that? Anyone could come in and get started within 24 hours. By tomorrow, I'll be talking to people.
Well, Joe, I have sales experience, but I don't have this experience. So yeah, everything is new to me, like
Yeah.
I don't know anything about credit card processing. I literally learned it in a week because of everything that you provided. So as long as they have the materials and they're able to sit down in silence and listen to everything and pay attention and write notes, because when you write things down, it's so different than just hearing it. Like you have to write it down. You
Yeah.
have to listen to it over and over again. So yeah, I mean, as long as they have that material, it's pretty smooth sailing. As long as
Yeah.
you put the time in, you have to put the time in.
And the most important part, which is kind of going down here, and you just knocked a couple things off my list, but the most important part is taking the action, right? So yeah, the content, the training and all that stuff is there. But do you feel like had you spent a week doing homework, you could have possibly actually learned as much doing homework as the week you went in the field? Like you're learning because you take it and you're actually going and using it in the field. So talk about just that learning curve of just reading it or watching a video versus doing it in real life. How's that helped you? Just getting out there.
So reading and watching the videos are great, but when you actually go out there, it's scary. It's not like not scary. It's scary. It's like sometimes you're like, oh man, like I don't want to walk into that place because what if they like shoot me down, but you have to do it because that might be the place that doesn't, shoot you down. Right. So you have to just go in and you get all different kinds of questions. And as you keep going, you kind of like learn like the same things. People are, they just ask the same things or they say the same things. And as you go in and you rebuttal to one person, the next person becomes easier. And you're like, oh, I already heard that. Like I'm going to be confident in saying that rebuttal over this time because I already been through that. So I know what I messed up on that one and how I can be better at this one with the same rebuttal, I guess. Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, of course. And I'm just making the point that by taking action, you're learning. Like you've learned more in the first 8 days because you took the videos to get started, but you went to work and your learning curve is just going like that. You're still a rookie. Okay. I'm not going to give you like too much. There's always more to learn, but you're applying it. And that's why I was really excited to have you on tonight's call. Because a lot of people check this stuff out. They overthink it. They're really analytical. They have that same fear, that fear you described when you get to a door. Most people have that. And a lot of people let it cripple them. You didn't. So that's why I'm kind of focusing on your confidence. And, obviously the confidence that you have from the training and everything like that has helped you out. I was going to ask you, you already answered it. I was going to let you kind of tell your story. Are you from merchant services? Do you have any point of sale background? I know you already said no, but what's your story? What's kind of your background? Where did you come from? And just to clarify, you have no merchant sales experience, right?
So I don't really have merchant sales experience, but I come from merchant cash advances. So selling business. So I did that for like 7 years and I made a really good income. Usually I make like the lowest year I would make like is 80,000 and then I always make like 100. But the thing is that I have to work. I have to work 8 hours a day on the phone. It's not residual income. It's one close and then you have to hope and pray that the deal doesn't die within 21 business days. And if I were to continue to do what I'm doing, it would be good. I would make a living, but I wouldn't be able to retire in 5 years.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to switch because I want to make that residual income. But I know of credit card processing, but I don't really know as much as I've learned in the last week, with watching the videos and applying it.
And even now, a week later, and the point that I'm making, because again, it's people from all over that will end up watching the recording that check this out. You don't have to know or be a technical person to be very successful doing this. It's kind of what I'm getting at, right? Like you don't know how the sales work. You couldn't tell me the 12 point of sales that we offer right now, right? You wouldn't be able to go and do an install tomorrow. I don't know if you've ever used a point of sale, but you're not a point of sale professional. Yet you can still be amazingly successful right out of the gate doing this. So let's talk about our POS pros, our POS team, the support that you're getting. How is that what's making you so confident to be able to go out and sell a product that you don't actually know like the details of the point of sale, but you know that, hey, if I get myself in a position and they ask a question, I don't know the answer. Like I know that I have partners that are backing me up. Will you talk about that? Like, just knowing that even though you don't know, you have all the resources for every single answer. And like, how quick do you get those answers? If you'll talk about that kind of support and how it gives you confidence to be able to sell a product that you're brand new to and you're not even techie.
Yeah. So I would say this. I would say you have to learn certain, like I would say like at least 4 things, right? So you need to learn dual pricing versus cash discount. You have to know the Durbin Amendment. I would say study that, and then the core model. And I think those 3 things really will get your foot in the door to understand everything. And then on top of that, once you have like that in place, then you have your sales rep or your, I guess your partner. So Dustin or Nick,
Yeah, director.
yeah, whoever's you're assigned to, right? So then you have like Carrie. I have Carrie, she's from POS. And I spoke to Carrie today, and I said to her, Carrie, if we can make this a little bit more seamless, like instead of doing a discovery with you and then having to do the demo, can you give me questions that I can ask, the merchants that I'm in front of in that
Yeah.
moment instead of having to do the discovery? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. She sent me over the questions. I started to, study those, review those. But yeah, I mean, everybody's at your fingertips. So it's really not that hard. You don't really have to make it that hard, right? The only thing you have to know is, what is this? It's dual pricing versus cash discount. That's what we're selling.
Right.
What do we represent? How are we different? By our core model. We don't charge people. Why don't we charge people? We don't want to keep them stuck. Why is that good? So that they can leave at any time. There's nothing holding me. There's nothing holding you to me. So if I was lying about anything I'm saying right now, you're free and clear to go whenever you want. That right there is like so helpful to use as a selling point. Like that's my bridge to close is the core model. And I think that's it, Joe. I think it's just like, you have to know the basics, dual pricing, the Durbin Amendment, the laws that are becoming in place, the core model. And then as long as you have those things down, you have everything else at your fingertips. Your the rep that you're with, and then Carrie and all the other people from the POS and doing the demos and everything like that. It's really not that hard. You just have to be in it to win it. That's what
I love it. You're speaking my language to the T, guys. This business isn't difficult, okay? It's fundamentals. Everything she's talking about right now is the fundamentals, right? They're right there in the first day of training, and you're going in and you're really they are in her head. You can hear them. You're reciting everything to the T. And if you just stick to the fundamentals and you go and play the numbers game and you get over that nervous feeling that you described at the door, again, everyone gets that. She's literally giving you guys the roadmap. This is what it is, right? This industry is amazing because it doesn't require seniority. Seniority doesn't mean anything here, right? Results mean something here. And you can come in fresh, just like Sam here, and absolutely crush it with no seniority. Okay, so the training's awesome. You believe in the product. You're learning as you go. Anything you run into in the field that you don't know an answer to, you've got the support. Let me ask you, how quick is support? Just to kind of give a plug to the support team and POS guys, when you call in, when you email, like how quick, what is it like?
Super quick, really quick. As soon as I call Dustin, if he's on a call, he'll text me back right away. And then if I need to talk to Carrie and she's on the demo, she texts me back right away also. So everything is very, very, very quick.
Yeah. So if you're with a merchant, they're like, hey, I need a POS that does this. They're asking you some random question, right? Like, how do the batches work? You call in, how quick are you getting answers? Like in the moment, you're with a merchant, you need answers. Are you getting them on site before you leave that merchant?
Definitely. Right away. Yeah. Dustin always answers his phone. He knows if I'm calling him, it's because I need him like right away. If he doesn't answer, he texts me back right away. He always gets it done.
Sam's not calling to ask how the weather is in Montana, Dustin. She's on with a hot lead, and we know that. So, but for everybody gets that when they come in here. That's the thing that we're really proud of, is that support. Because when you're in the moment, we send people to the wolves when they're new. We're sending you to the wolves. We know you're going to get questions you don't know the answer to. So we really pride ourselves knowing that you guys can have the confidence that when that happens in the field, we're just a call away. And fast enough to where you're getting an answer while you're standing there with the merchant. You're not leaving and coming back tomorrow with an answer. And that's really important, because sense of urgency, if you're a closer, if you're in sales like you are, Sam, when somebody's hot, you want to talk to them now, right? You don't want to wait till tomorrow or an hour from now to get that answer. So that's why I really want to promote that support. That's kind of the business side of it. As far as the culture, I don't know what you were looking for. What exactly were you looking for? How did you find Easy Pay? And You know, what got you to land? What got you to land
No.
here? I know I did, but what were you looking for? Like,
No,
what kind of job? You wanted residuals? What, like, how, what was
that
the
was it.
path to
Yeah.
us?
I wanted to, I don't want to, I don't know how people are going to take this, but I'm 32 and I don't want to work the rest of my life. It's just not in me. I don't want to do it. And the only thing to get me out of that is residual income. So if I have to make less money like the first year as opposed to what am used to making,
Yeah.
it's for the future, right? That's what it is. So how did I come across it? I don't know. I don't even remember. I was just laying in bed one night and I was just like YouTubing things and you popped up and then another company popped up and then I looked into your company and like all the incentives that you guys offer as opposed to every other company. No other company offers installing free terminals, commissions up front, on top of residuals, getting paid to schedule demos. It works. It works. It works. You want to build residual income.
You got a production bonus, you got all sorts of stuff. So you liked all of that stuff. Did the training, did you just feel like you're going to get the training here? Because what I'm rolling into isn't just the training. We've talked enough about that, but the culture around here. Like, we're not the average merchant service companies. I'm not the average guy. I don't want an average company. Like, we have a certain culture here. We really want to be a lifestyle company, right? Merchant sales is the vehicle that can create that lifestyle. It's done it for the people that are supporting you. It can do it for you. It's done it for me. It's done it for thousands of other people. At the end of the day, our culture isn't just about the business, and we're proud of that. How would you describe just the culture at Easy Pay? How does that align with your beliefs and, where you're going in life, your future?
I would say it's very like, as soon as you come in and you prove that you're like part of the team and you're getting out there and you're working, you really are part of the team. You feel like Dustin knows you for years. And I feel like I know Dustin for years in like a week because we got so close because we're always talking. We're always on the phone. He's always answering me. He's always there for me. So it's just very like tight knit family, cool, answer the phone, just very, very easygoing, very easygoing people.
And I know you're into books and you're plugging into the meetings and even our like virtual book club and things like that. One of the things I like about you is you're working on your mindset. We talked about what book we're on. You're like, all right, I'll check it out when I'm done reading my book. You're not like having to be babysat or like, hey, you should read. That's stuff that you're already doing, right? So would you say you fit right into that culture, and around here, that's the kind of vibe and the kind of people that are doing similar things as you, trying to get better?
Absolutely. I think anybody can do this as long as they choose to do it. I think it's for anybody as long as they know what it takes. It's not something you just come into and, think you're going to be successful overnight if you don't get out there and put the work in. And yeah, definitely everything starts in the mind. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. So you really have to be that type of person to know that everything is not just surface level. It's so much more than that.
Yeah, totally. So last thing I have for you here, and then I'm going to do a quick little lesson. I'm going to try to pull this off live. I've never ran this lesson before, but the last question I always ask of everybody, whether it's, this business or life in general, but if you had just one bit of advice to give to people out there that are either on the fence about checking this out or joining this or even outside of work, what's one bit of advice that you would give to everybody that watches this and watching right now, just in general, about being successful in life?
I would say, how bad do you want it, right? So get clear on what you want and then see how bad you want it and then go after it. And be willing to put things aside for now for your future. That's my advice. That's what I would say.
Get clear on what you want and plan for the future. Unbelievable. Sam, thank you so much for taking the time here on a Thursday night out of New York. I appreciate you. I'm going to run a little lesson here because obviously you're probably familiar with the money, but I really want to build a vision for what you're doing right now and kind of what that pipeline looks like when you step back from a bigger point of view. And this is for everybody that's on here. I've never ran this before. So let me turn you off, Sam. I appreciate you. You're a rock star. We're really happy to have you. All right. Yeah, you got it. All right. So let me turn that off. Let me mute you as well. Okay. So that's Sam. She's out of New York, I believe in Long Island. really good stuff. Guys, the numbers that she's hitting, she just went out there and went to work. She didn't make it complicated. She focused on the fundamentals. She watched the training. She's been plugging into the meetings. She's using her support. And most importantly, she's taking action. She's getting out there in the field, using everything that she's learning. And she didn't wait. I think she took one day, watched some videos, and the next day is like, all right, I'm out talking to people. Anybody can do this. A couple of the things that I wrote down here is that she's living it, right? She's eating, breathing, and sleeping it. Now, I'm not saying everyone has to fall asleep listening to me, but she's literally eating, breathing, and sleeping the business because she understands the big picture. If she makes this work, what that's going to do for her. And it's going to open up the dream life of what she wants. You know, when Sam has $30, $40, $50,000 in residual income from these point of sales that she's doing, she knows that outcome. That's why she's so fired up and she's already living it in a short 9 days. Just to kind of recap, 6 demos, 3 of them completed, 3 signed deals. One of them was a point of sale doing $250,000 to $500,000. Okay, so the second part of tonight's testimonial call, we're going to have Jim Mullins. Okay, Jim's been around, I think 3-4 months. You might have even got started at the end of January, and he just got on. We just got on the point of sale model like a month and a half ago. So what I want to do, this lesson that I want to run, I've never ran it before. I'm going to try to make it seamless and not take a half hour. I want to paint the picture of what a pipeline really looks like. If you do what Sam's doing when you're new and you're consistent and you do it as long as Jim has been doing it, what do your first couple months actually look like? And when can you expect the money and the huge commissions that we're paying to start coming out the back end of your funnel? Okay, so again, I just put this together last minute. Let's hope it goes well because we're live and we're rocking and rolling. Okay, so what this is this is 4 months. This is your first 4 months in the business. We're going to do first month, second month, third month, 4 month. I color coordinated when you get a lead, right? So this point of sale model that we have, the reason why Sam doesn't have to be a POS professional and know all the point of sales and know everything about them and know how to sell them and know how to do them is because we have an entire team that knows all of that stuff for you. You literally don't even have to be a salesperson anymore. What you do need to know how to do is be a good lead generator. Okay, you're talking to some restaurant, you're talking to some business that should have a nice point of sale. Maybe they already have one and it's old, it's outdated. What do you wish your point of sale did now that it currently does not? Find someone who's interested. Like Sam talked about, dual pricing, very, very important. If you can get them interested, they become a lead. From being a lead, all that means is you go and you put them on a website. You put their information in and your sales director is going to call you to review it. You're going to get a demo scheduled based on how many demos are scheduled. You sign some, and then based on when they're installed, that's where the biggest part of the commissions comes out is the install. So that's why I want to put together this 4-month plan, because in this industry, nothing is just what you're looking at today. So let me give you an example. Let's get into this lesson so we can get back to the testimonial call. Okay, so your first week, purple, these are demos. Your first month, you're scheduling some demos. Let's say this week you do 1. Come down here, you get 2 that day, 1 that day, okay? Maybe just do 1 that week. Right now when you're new, your objective is demos. You heard Sam talk about this. We have a demos completed bonus. Doesn't even matter how many of your demos sign up. If you sign 8 demos, there's $2,000 bonus just on the demos, okay? So after the lead, after the lead, demos are ran within 24 to 72 hours. Okay, so she's got 3 demos there. Maybe that one happens there. Another one happens there. Another one gets dragged over. This one's getting ran here. Okay, so I'm just going to start. Demos are being completed. Okay, so in this first month right here, you are literally feeding a pipeline. You're just building a pipeline. And Sam, yours is on track to being like way heavier than this. Leads turn into demos, red. After demos are done, maybe it gets closed right after the demo. maybe a couple go. You're holding on to some paperwork. Let's just say you got 1 point of sale per week. Okay, at this point, when somebody signs up, I'm going to get into commissions here. When somebody signs up, like when they actually sign up and that account gets approved, you make $1,000 on the sign up. So in this example, $4,000, $1,000 for each one that closed. Okay, she signed 4 POS deals, leads, demos, deals. You're not going to see installs in your first like 2 weeks after you sign a deal. Point of sales is a longer sales cycle. Okay, that's why I really want to paint the picture for this pipeline in particular. It is a longer sales cycle, right? It takes them. You get a restaurant that needs 5 stations, kitchen printers, things like that. We're not just overnighting them at A920 and they can plug the thing in 2 days. Like there's some effort behind this, coordination behind it, a lot of technology behind it. Okay, so that first month she hit her $2,000 bonus. She made $4,000 in upfront commission, $6,000. Not shabby. I know that Sam's not in this for $6,000 a month, but you heard her just say it on her testimonial. She's willing to do something that is the same as what she used to earn. Honestly, even if you took a little pay cut, but in the end, you build the pipeline of residual that we're about to break down, it's totally worth it. But you're on track, Sam, to make some like serious money, more than you were making before. First month, no installs happen, okay? But if you keep doing this, let's hurry up. So you get 2 demos a week. Don't care what day they are. Get 2 demos a week. Just watch what happens. Constantly doing demos. Demos are being completed. 2 demos completed a week. And it goes on. Out of those, they sign up. These deals, these 4 deals that were signed back here, they're going to install. Sorry, this is our second month. They're going to install over here. On the second month is where you're going to start seeing this pop off. And if you still kept up your demos, now you're making $2,000 from the demo bonus, because you still make sure you always hit your 8. You do 8 demos, we're easily seeing a 50% close ratio. But now on your second month, these got installed. Okay, we are making massive upfront commissions on these point of sale deals. So $6,000 over here. Let's say each one of these on average is paying $4,000. Let's call it $3,000, okay? But I'm telling you, with point of sales, we're seeing large accounts, okay? You're getting 5. She's going to make $10,000 on that one account that she signed, guys. Right now, Sam has 1 closed POS deal. She's going to make a $10,000 commission on that. Okay, so I make my numbers really realistic. Let's say you're making $3,000 for point of sale. That's $12,000 on her second month. That's $18,000. Okay, because it's taking longer than I anticipated. That's just the first month. No installs done. This is where they kind of start getting done. And folks, if you make this your business, if your business is 2 demos a week, 1 completed demo, you'll on average see about 4 point of sales. Your life is going to change at such an incredibly fast rate. Not just because you can literally make that kind of upfront money, but as this chart grows, and this is how I want to transition over to Jim Mullins, because Jim Mullins has been doing this. That's our next guest I'm about to bring on. And Jim's 3.5 months with us, his calendar is looking like this, not just with POSs, just with deals in general, but he's getting demos completed, he's getting point of sale signed, and he is out this week. I didn't know if he'd be on tonight, because he's been out doing so many installs this week. So Jim is at the beginning where he's going to really start seeing some big things happen on the front end. And when you get past month 3 or 4, folks, all the processing volume from these huge point of sales is going to kick in. Okay, so last thing I'll say about pipeline, and then I'm going to get you on, Jim, and I hope that make sense for everybody. I did my best to keep it simple. You can expect a 60-day turnaround for you to start. If you really are pumping and getting activity throughout your week, watch what happens in 60 days, 60 to 90 days, when all those commissions and activations and processing volumes start kicking in. And then by month 4, watch what your residuals are at. Okay, so you got to be willing to take that first month. You got to be willing to lay the groundwork. Sam has done all of these deals. She's wrote a lot of paper, a lot of demos. I'll tell you right now, Sam hasn't got paid a boatload of money yet because she's planting all these seeds. And Sam, you keep doing what you're doing, and anyone that's on here, even if you're not with Easy Pay, watch what happens if you treat your merchant services like this. And every day, your job is to get some sort of circle on there. I don't care what color it is. If your calendar is filled with circles, watch what happens. I promise you. And let's talk to Jim about that. So you got a 45 to 60 day turnaround before residuals fully kick in on an account. If I sign an account today, I'm not going to see the full residuals for like 60 days on that single account. I just want to lay down a realistic expectation that you can make a living doing this. First and foremost, you can make like killer money doing this. But I also want people to understand that it takes time. This is a business that those first 2 months, you've got to get it going. And then it's like one of those old pumps. Once the water starts coming out, it becomes easier and it will start flowing out. Okay. So Jim, let's get you on here, buddy. Let's get me done. Get me to stop talking on this one. Jim Mullins, I've moved you over. If you can turn your camera on, buddy. I'm glad you're able to join us here tonight. And I see you switching on over. Let's hope I can hear Jim. I don't want to go through that again.
Am I in? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. Can we turn the camera? Let me see. Ask to start video. There he is. Jim, what's going on, my man?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm excited for you, man. I'm glad that you're able to make it back and get onto the call. I really appreciate it. You have been phenomenal as well, right? Like I love these. I love all testimonial calls, but Jim's my buddy. Me and Jim are catching up a couple times a week. I've got a lot of respect for you, Jim. You've been doing sales for a long time. You came in and you said, hey, I'm serious about doing this. You're going to see good things happen. I think we did your first testimonial call 3 months ago, and a lot has happened between now and then. So that's why I wanted to bring you back and really highlight, how things have been going and all of that stuff. But I want to give your stats real quick. So I won't give your exact numbers, but when did you start? End of January is when you actually start?
End of January.
All right, so two and a half months, you're over 30 accounts, over 95% activation rate, over 8 demos completed. So you hit the 8 last month was the first month we were doing the point of sale model, guys. He got the 8 completed demo bonus. So that was a free $2,000, not free, but that was an extra $2,000. And you're now starting to see what I'm talking about. Did I do okay on that lesson? You're the one living it. Like,
that's exactly how it goes.
And now you're starting to see the blues. Like you just did you've done an install every day this week, haven't you?
Every day. Yeah. That's all I'm doing is installs this week.
Yeah. And that is a great thing for your business because the blues, that's what releases the majority of that back end commission. And he has more in his pipeline. He has more demos scheduled, more people on the hook. And this cycle, Jim, we just got to keep this going because you're about to be in that upfront Disneyland, having a good time. Upfront money, and then the volume is going to kick in too. So right out of the gate, man, has merchant sales been as easy as you thought? You've been around for a little bit. Is this pretty tough? Pretty easy? Walk in the park? How do you feel about the industry as a whole?
In the very, very beginning, it was just like Sam said, you're scared to death to walk in these businesses and talk because I'm the same as her. I've been in sales for a long, long time, but I knew nothing about merchant sales whatsoever, and I'm not afraid to admit I was scared to walk in these doors in the very beginning. I didn't know what to do or what to say. And thanks to what you do and you put out there for us to learn this and know what to say and to talk to these people about, after a week or so, you start hearing the objections. You know what to expect, and it just gets easier. It's never easier, but it gets easier every day if you just do it and do it the way that you show us how to do it.
Yep. And you have to be you about it, right? Like
Yeah.
Sam, and with you, you have the same tips. The objections that you get are the same. You answer your rebuttals are probably basically the same, but it's so important that people have to understand, like, it's about being you. Like, we know what
Yeah.
you're going to run into. We do know the answers, but you don't want to answer rebuttals like a robot, or, hey, I'm trying to be like Joe or Jim. Like, no, like, this is the answer, but be you. I think that's so important in sales, is to take what works, but the most important thing is making it yours, making it you, right? So the training has helped you, but you agree with that?
Oh, totally. But you do have to mold it to your own personality, and
Yeah.
you'll develop your own pitch. You'll mold it to yourself, but the biggest thing I have found, if you just walk into these people and just show that you genuinely want to help them,
Yeah.
they will listen to you all day long. I mean, you just have to be genuine about it, and you just have to show that you really are there to help them, and you have to be there for them, and they appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then it turns into referrals. I mean, it's just amazing how it just builds upon itself.
So talk about that. I don't have that on my list here, but I mean, you kind of broke it down. You're really there for your merchants. You go above and beyond. That's not normal in the industry, right? So when you treat them that well, referrals, talk about it, because you are at this point, you're not even getting installs done, and you're getting your next demo scheduled while you're installing, and it's starting to just kind of trickle in for you because you've taken really good care of your people.
Yeah, once you start installing people and you really bend over backwards for them, they are already trying to give you referrals before you even ask for them. I mean, that's what I'm experiencing.
And now you're doing installs. So once they see point of sales in particular, how's that conversation going for you? People they're looking at these things, like they're excited, right?
Oh, they are loving them. I mean, I've installed 2 systems this week, and the merchants, they are, once they're seeing them live and in action, they are loving them. I mean, I can't even express it any better than that. They really are loving the systems that we are giving them.
Okay, and so that's the front end. So somebody's just got installed, they love it. Wait until you hear the amount of money on, guys, with these point of sales, you got to understand, we're doing bigger accounts. Okay. Jim just signed somebody $1 million a month, right? How much were they paying a month? Forget like how much they love the system, how much it's going to help them. How much was that account paying per month?
20 grand.
20 grand. What are they going to pay with us?
Per month, they're going to pay $600.
Okay, they were paying 20 grand. They're going to pay 600. We're going to save them $19,400. Someone can put what that is annually. You might know, Jim. That is a
quarter mil.
$250,000 that they're going to save. They got a better system. They upgraded their system. So that's a ton of money in their pocket. And Jim is going to make some serious bank on that one single account in residual income. And
I want to say this. I want to bring this up, bro. The account, the way I got that account was a restaurant that I walked into 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I just about didn't walk into the restaurant. I got this restaurant, signed them up. They're very happy. They referred me to that account.
Just off a referral. That was another referral.
Now, you just never, that's why you got to walk in every door. There's no doubt about it, because you just don't know until you walk in the door. And I just about didn't walk in that door of the account where I got the referral to get that $1 million account.
Yep. So like we say in the training, you're not looking for a certain business type.
Yeah.
You're looking for a certain business owner.
Yeah.
Right? Like you might be intimidated, this industrial warehouse that does, tires, something, whatever. You're like, this is a big account. Like, I'm intimidated. I only want to go to auto shops. Or maybe you're intimidated by restaurants. Like, oh, they don't want to talk to people at 2 PM. They're too busy. Don't do all of that stuff, right? Because you don't know what door is going to sign up. That's an obvious, but the real lesson is we look for certain types of business owners, not certain industries. The kind of owner we're looking for is in a position where they're looking to increase their profits. Inflation has hit. People need that money in their pockets. When you walk in, you say, hey, I can open up 20 grand a month. Okay, we're looking for the type of owner that's going to see that and be open to dual pricing in order to save that amount of money. And if you don't talk to them, there's no way you'll ever know. Jim, let's talk about how point of sales has completely changed your future vision in the business in terms of just the size of the accounts you can get, right? Like going and doing these Ingenico 3500s and A920s and stuff like that. That's fine. I built the majority of my entire business with old school terminals and just, smart terminals. Point of sales, the average account that we're seeing is so much bigger now. Like you could sign in, you could sign up a nightclub in South Beach in Miami because our technology is equipped and good enough for that. We now have solutions. So how does that change your business? Like,
it's huge. Yeah, it's just huge. I mean, you can focus, because typically a business that's going to need a point of sale system is going to just naturally be a bigger account.
Yeah.
A little mom and pop antique shop does not need a point of sale system, So if you're just focusing on these folks that need point of sale systems, they're just naturally going to be bigger accounts. There's just, it's just the way it is,
Yeah.
But when you walk in these businesses, and it's just such, I will say this, when you're walking in to talk to a business about just pitching them to do a demo.
Yeah.
You just pitch it to them like, hey, let me just show you what we can do for you. There's no commitment. Just let me just show you what we can do for you.
Yeah.
And if you just do that every day, you can get a demo or two a day if you're walking into enough businesses to do that.
Right.
I mean, it's a really easy sell just to get them to do a demo.
Yeah. And so the commissions, you make insane money,
Yeah.
bigger volume, bigger residuals. And would you agree that doing the POSs is actually easier for the sales partner, like significantly easier in terms of like sales skills?
Significantly easier. I mean, you do not have to, you still have to work hard, and you still gotta show people you generally care and but if you're not really there to sell them anything at that point. And it's just an easy sell. It really is.
So just like with Sam, you had no experience with point of sale, so you're not a tech guy. I know now you've done a couple installs, but even before all that, you agree, we were talking about confidence with Sam. Just knowing the team that's behind you, do you feel like just the high level of confidence that there's no scenario you're going to run into where when someone asks you a question or it's a really large account, they need 8 stations and they need things customized, you just have confidence that we have that solution for them now?
No, most definitely. I mean, between Nick and Dustin and the POS Pros people, you cannot. There's no way you cannot get an answer to a question that you need or help. I mean,
do you ever get no's? Do you ever get told no?
Not really. No. You just have to, not really. No, I mean,
yeah. And I'm not talking about from merchants. I know merchants tell you no. I'm saying, is the answer ever no from support, or hey, can this POS do this, or is there a system that can, accommodate this industry or whatever? Man, you've been doing it a long time, so you get really crazy questions out there in terms of the support and our ability and our catalog of systems. Do you ever get told no on that side of the business?
Never.
Okay, so folks, if you're in the industry, one of the reasons I'm so excited about our point of sale model now is because most companies, you have 1, maybe 2 point of sales. And my whole experience in this industry has been, these are the point of sales we have. Let's make their business work with this system. So now we're so excited about this because we have so many options, so many different systems so that we can cover so many different unique scenarios and unique industries, so that we can now help anybody and put them into the system that's right for their industry and their needs, rather than putting them into a system because it's what we have and making it work for them. You have that level of confidence that they're going to get something very unique to them because our catalog's just that big, Jim?
No, there's no doubt about it. We can offer anything that anyone needs, literally.
Love it.
Yep.
I could just listen to this all day. We're really excited about the position that we're in right now, folks. And with the way the industry is going, technologies are more important than ever. Even a point of sale from 4 years ago, there are things that new point of sales would make that business owner's life significantly easier, right? So do you use this question? And then I'm going to go to the last one with you here, Jim. We're about 50 minutes. Let's just finish it off, man. the last question, as always, now that you have some traction under your tires, you're getting results, you're getting paid, you have installs getting done, you're at a really exciting time, man, because 45 to 60 days from now, your life will never be the same. Now that your first point of sale deals are activating and your volume is going to go like this, your residual income is going to as well. So with all of the success you've had with us, what bit of advice would you give to people specifically that are jumping in with Easy Pay, looking to get started and get in the fast track? What bit of advice would you give to them?
Just follow the training that Joe gives us. Just follow that 28-day course, and he gives you all the tools that you need. It's all you need. And don't be afraid to walk indoors. Just walk indoors. And if you it's just a numbers game, like you say, Joe.
Yeah.
If you just walk indoors, it's going to happen. It just happens. There's no other way to explain it. You just can't be afraid to walk in the doors.
You're the second person tonight. She just said, keep it to the basics, keep it to the fundamentals, and go to work.
And just be genuine and sell, and just be honest, and just be upfront with your people. Just show them you genuinely care. That's
Love it, man. Love it. Jim, much respect, man. We didn't even have a chance to talk about your kiddos. I'd love to plug him one of these nights when it's not, 50 minutes in, but I love your story. I love where you come from. I respect your sales experience. I'm really happy to have you here with us. And you've really just bought into the culture. You've put in the work. You're treating it like a business, right? So Jim, I appreciate you so much, man. I'll turn your camera off here and then we'll wrap this up. Thanks, man. All right, guys. So there's two phenomenal people, someone brand new having huge success, someone that's having huge success over a longer timeline, and that pipeline hopefully made sense for everybody. Folks, we're really excited about what we're doing here. We know that we are not the average company out there. We're looking for a lean, mean group of entrepreneurs, right? My goal as a company used to be 1,000 reps. I now have no desire whatsoever to do that. We now want a handful of real entrepreneurs that see this for what it is and want to be successful, right? And our part of the partnership is we provide the training, we provide the support, the catalog, the commissions, the systems to track all your stuff, the back end, the marketing. We provide everything for you to be a full-fledged business out of merchant services. You can be a full-fledged business. What we ask for in the partnership is that you put yourself in a position to win. Okay, they both said it in their advice. And to be successful was go take the action, get out there and start talking to people. It is the most important thing. So if you're an entrepreneur, you want a place where you can really focus on point of sales. Maybe you're even already in the industry and you need a point of sale solution. You want to make some insane upfront money. We'd love to have a call with you. I put it in the comments. It's right there. pos.easydirectsales.com. Congratulations, Sam. Congratulations, Jim, on the success of your business. I wish all of you very well. Go sign some merchant accounts, schedule a call with us, and change your life.